Ignoring all the ongoing controversies, the Indian cricket team has startled the world by starting their ICC Champions Trophy campaign in an emphatic fashion against South Africa ahead of the clash against West Indies on the 11th of June. Let's see what he said in the press conference.
What do you think, despite the controversy, despite everything, the team has been playing so positively, even in typical English conditions? What led to this turnaround?
Well, no channels come here. No, we don't get to read any newspapers, so whatever happening is back home, it's happening back home. So, we are just busy doing our practice sessions and, whatever best we can.
You play so much of cricket against each other, with each other, against each other. So there is no, say, any special planning left. Do you believe in strategic planning? Do you believe in so much of team meeting and computer analysis and so much and so forth?
I think a bit of basic planning is something that's very important, but I've always believed that every individual bats in a different way depending on how the wicket is behaving. And according to the same wicket, bowlers, they bowl differently, change of pace or bouncers or yorkers, depending on the conditions. So I think a basic game plan is something that's very necessary, and you change or adapt according to, what comes your way. You need to back our strength, how two different teams batted or bowled on a different day. You can just get a general idea out of it, but still it's very important to back the strengths that we have got as a team, to back our strengths and work on our weakness. It's pretty simple that way. But at the same time, what it does, it helps you, make that game plan quite easy, because you already know, how the wicket is behaving and how, most of the batsmen, they are batting. I've always said, being in the present really helps, because, it really takes off the things, that's not really in your control. And if you talk about, what's happening right now is, we are busy doing our practice session. We had a team activity yesterday, and we're quite busy doing all that stuff, because those are the things that are really in our control and that will really help us improve our game. So, being in the present really helps, and, that's something I think most of the individuals, they need to do.
The last time India and West Indies actually played here was in England. That was 30 years back, 1983 World Cup. So a bit on that.
That's a long time. 81 I was born, so I don't remember much for sure. But the Gale factor, it will always be there. These are the sort of individuals that have a big impact on the game. So it's always good to get them out early. Our fast bowlers, they'll have a fair chance, in the sense they'll have 2 new balls to get him out. Overcast condition, maybe a bit of help from the wicket. So it will be an interesting game, because what's important is to realize, if you don't get batsmen like Chris Gale out, most likely he'll take you out of the game. I think, I'm a big fan of ODI cricket. The reason being, it's a mix of both the formats, the Test cricket and the T20 version, where you see both the things happening, in the sense, if you lose too many wickets early, you get a glimpse of Test cricket where the batsmen, they struggle, they don't want to give their wickets early and then capitalize and still go on for the slog in the last few overs. So that's a general pattern. I feel, each and every format is special in its own way. But in the last few years, I feel we are trying to make ODI too much into a T20 format. We should just leave it the way it is. Before the recent rule changes came into play, we were already seeing people scoring 300 odd runs, and the opposition, they were able to chase that amount of runs. So, too many changes can actually spoil the recipe at times. But as of now, it looks good.
What are the strengths he has pace, and what are the areas that he can improve to become a better bowler?
Well, I think first of all, his strength is, he's somebody who can bowl quick, and at the same time he can swing the ball. More often you will see him bowling the outswinger, and with that extra pace also, if there's a bit of reverse swing, he can really exploit, put the batsman on the back foot, push them on the back foot, and execute his plans well. But still, he has to learn a lot. With more exposure, he will turn into a thinking bowler, where he'll think, okay, what needs to be done? What's the game plan as the game progresses? At different stages in the game, what needs to be done? So he's looking good. Also, he was someone before he played for India. He was someone who was quite prone to injuries. So, with the fitness schedule that we have got, we have been able to, omit that aspect. Still, somebody who bowls so quick, you may see him getting injured on and off, but to keep him fit for the international series, especially the away series, can be a great help for us. Umesh is not a thinking bowler. What I said was he needs to keep up with the pace, and you have to adapt very quickly, according to according to who's batting at what point of time and what his strengths are. So we have been able to see that in him, but still he has a long way to go, like each and every bowler. As far as Ashwin is concerned, he has been a regular part of whatever formats we have been playing in, whether it's Test cricket, ODI, or the shortest format. So I think he's someone who loves to take wickets, and the good thing is slowly he'll realize that with these changes in the rules and everything, you may see some of the spinners not looking for that wicket, trying to keep it tight, because most of the batsmen will try to make the most out of the spinners with that extra fielder inside, and when you keep it tight and force the batsman to play the shots, they may commit a mistake or they may hit a ball that's not really there, and that's how you'll get a wicket. That also depends on situation, in the sense if they have lost too many wickets early, then you can put more pressure, and if the wicket is flat, they have wickets in hand, then the second type of bowling will come in, where you look to save yourselves, keep it really tight, don't give them that easy boundary opportunities, and you'll get wicket. To wait and watch, when it comes to the combination, because you may say, okay, overcast condition, let's play with four seamers, but talking about the stats, four seamers, the only stats we have got is, we lose the game and the captain gets banned. So these are the two things that come out of four fast bowlers.
And just the oval wicket. Have you seen the wicket?
It's the same wicket, that was used in the last game. It has a bit of a grass covering, and it had a bit of bounce in the last game. So fast bowlers, they'll still get a bit of bounce. But since it's a used wicket, it may be that the spinners, they get a bit more turn, compared to the last game.